listening to the Nerdy Reads podcast, a hipster goblin media production.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerdy Reads podcast. We read nerdy stuff such as sci-fi, fantasy books, comics, manga, and horror. We also discuss all other nerdy things from around the globe. It's holiday season, and we know things are busy, so we just want to say we really appreciate you taking a little time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us for just a little bit. Today, we're going to have a book review, share with you a puzzle-solving book that you all should own, and hopefully we can help you out by going through a list that the strategist says is the best bookish gifts that aren't actually books. I am one of your hosts, Justin, and with me is the eggnog chugging champ himself, Robert.
I'm just chugging on the nog, baby. What's up, Justin? I'm excited to be here for another episode of the Nerdy Reads podcast. You know what I enjoy more than Christmas?
What's that?
My friends. And speaking of my friends, one of my bros is now in 1080p crystal clarity because after 2 years, we figured out all you got to do is hit a button. It's Dylan.
Yeah, buddy. I broke the code. We are officially in 1080p. We are in HD. It is been a long journey here on the 720p boys, but we have upgraded officially. We paid for the upgrade for many times, and we have not utilized it.
It's only been a few months.
Well, sorry, it's all coming out of Justin's pocket, so it wasn't really out of mine and Robert's expense. But yeah, gentlemen, I'm excited. As you can see, I'm in a festive mood. It's December. That means it's Christmas.
It is Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, Robert, are you going to gift us with the best question we've had all year?
It's probably not the best question you've had all year, man. Wow, way to line it up. What? It is a festive question. I just want to know, dude, do you bros have your Christmas trees up already? Did you have it up before Thanksgiving? Are you one of those? What's up?
I wanted to because we left for Gulf Shores last week, and my hope was to have it up before we left so we'd come back to it, and we still haven't put it up yet. So, yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow.
I've been in the Christmas spirit for quite some time because November 1st hit and Olivia was ready to put the tree up.
So you've had the tree up since November 1st, man?
Maybe not quite, but it's been for a majority of November, I think. I've had a tree up for quite some time, so, yeah.
I respect it. Yeah, Veronica would actually skewer me if I tried to put the tree up anytime before the Friday after Thanksgiving. We are an after Thanksgiving household, not by choice, by my wife's choice. Married men, you know what's up.
You know, I do like there's nothing like the Christmas tree glow, though. Like when you're sitting in the living room and that Christmas tree glow is happening. It's the best. It's the best.
Here's a good follow-up question. Sorry, I have one follow-up question.
All right, bro. Go ahead, bro. We were getting us ready to segue into the next thing, but go ahead with your follow-up question, dude.
Are you warm light guys or multicolor light guys?
I have kids, so it's multicolor lights here.
Actually, I think we just have warm light on our tree. Shows you how much I pay attention. It's actually plugged in the other room right now. And there's so many ornaments on this thing because every year we take our kids to one of these stores in the mall where they can personalize their ornament. They get their name and the year on it. Well, I have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old. So now I have like 27 of these things on my tree with all these other ornaments they made throughout the year. So you really can't see the lights for the ornaments in my defense.
Nice.
That's valid. I'm more of a warm light guy, warm light kind of guy. I enjoy the warm lights. I know I got the multi light going on right here because it's in the office, but on the tree, I'm a warm light kind of guy. Warm light kind of guy. I think warm light is the best. And speaking of the best, Justin, take it away.
Wow. Thank you, Dylan, for that. I appreciate that handoff, dude. Speaking of the best, we're going to the New Stuff Cafe. Give us just a moment. We'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to the New Stuff Cafe. You guys know the deal. We try things. We have some nerdy news during this time. But today, we're in the holiday spirit with a holiday kind of beverage treat thing. Robert, what are we having?
This might be the most layup New Stuff Cafe of all time because I'm pretty sure I don't even need to take a sip of this beverage to tell you it's fire, it's Sprite, but it's like a winter version of Sprite. When have you ever had a bad Sprite? I've never had a bad Sprite. I think Sprite is probably the most refreshing soda of all time on a hot summer day. Sprite at McDonald's is different. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. It just is. And I used to love Sprite during my full-time soda drinking days. So this is just Sprite, classic lemon lime flavor with cranberry and winter spices, whatever that means, boys. I tried to find the zero sugar version. Unfortunately, I failed. Full flavor.
Sprite and 7-Up are the best sodas, like hands down. Now I like Diet Coke and Dr. Pepper and stuff like that when I need caffeine, but Sprite's the best. But there is one flavor that I have not liked.
What's that, dude?
It was the 7-Up Tropical.
7-Up.
It didn't work because it wasn't 7-Uppy enough. It was more of the tropical, but cherry 7-Up, cherry Sprite, any Sprite flat, bro, I'm here for it. I'm ready to go.
There's a Shirley Temple Christmas 7-Up out in the wild right now.
Nice. Smells great.
Dylan, which Sprite cranberry did you get? Zero or full?
I did not get the zero because I actually had one of these on hand already. Like I said previously in the episode, Olivia got in the very festive mood immediately. So as soon as she saw these, we had the whole 12-pack of them available. So, yeah.
They're like an old married couple now already.
They really are. Are you allowed to drink her
Christmas trees up at November 1st?
I got permission to drink this.
Nice.
Wow, getting permission. Let's go, boys. Oh, it's every bit as good as I thought it would be.
It's very wintry.
I love it.
Giving winter.
I thought it was just going to be cranberries, I guess the winter spice. Like when I went in winter spice cranberry, I just thought it was gonna be cranberry Sprite. I didn't know they really meant they were gonna put like fall like spices in this thing, man.
I don't even know what I'm getting out of this. Just goodness. Christmas wintry goodness is what I'm getting.
Yeah, I would drink this entire bottle if it wasn't 200 calories. So I'm gonna put this cap back on to save myself from myself.
It's not a New Stuff Cafe without Robert shaming people for drinking 200 calories.
Hey, drink what you like.
I will drink this whole thing because it's delicious.
It's very delicious. Highly recommend. If I do see the zero sugar version out in the wild, I'm actually going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I think since the strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper last year, I will buy a whole 12-pack. If I can find the zero sugar version of this, I will buy a 12-pack at today's prices, which is like $10 or something ridiculous.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy out there how much it is for sodas anymore. Speaking of late breaking crazy news, Dylan, it's time for nerdy news. What about these lobs, bro? These
look at the segue.
These are solid, dude. We're on a roll right now.
We really are, bro.
What's that saying? Call me butter because I'm on a roll. Or,
That's
is that it?
That's the one.
Trees up in November and dad jokes. Boy, what has happened?
Dylan's grown up right before our very eyes.
Well, listen, fellas. As you said, it is nerdy news time. And every time you tune into an episode of the Nerdy Reads podcast, you can expect some of the latest and greatest news from across the nerdverse. And we like to kick it off with the sighting every single week.
Mm-hmm.
And this week's sighting, we had to stay in the spirit of Christmas.
Oh.
So let me get this guy pulled up here real quick. I think I kind of did something similar to this last year, but I don't care because I'm going to do it again. And we're gonna watch a Santa Claus sighting. This is it. We're finally here after some technical difficulties. Let's run the clip.
Finally, on number 1, we have a clip from Texas, USA, where Santa was caught on camera. This video was recorded at the surroundings of a local Walmart. Stefan was out for shopping. He noticed a storm and he tries to shoot the video of the incoming storm. Stefan only wants to record the storm, but in a glimpse, the camera recorded something moving so fast. The reindeers can be seen easily pulling the sleigh. Who is on the sleigh? Of course, that's Santa.
I'm going to go with that's a real Santa signing right there, bro.
I mean, the evidence is all right there.
As a Christmas enjoyer, I too believe that was 100% Santa Claus in those clouds.
That's right, bro. All you kids who might be listening, stay in the spirit, bro. There was Santa. We saw him ourselves.
Heck yeah. Listen, there's no other explanation other than Santa. The way that danced across the sky like that, that was prancing across the sky like that, you just can't get any better than that.
I love that there's no other explanation other than Santa.
Exactly.
Dylan, I appreciate your passion, bro.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, wow. That might have been the easiest convincing on a sighting we've had in a long time.
Bro, I tell you what, man. We will be skeptical about a lot of things. One of those things isn't Santa Claus, though. 100%. We're always going to be, hey, Santa. We love Santa here on the Nerdy Reads podcast.
We endorse.
We endorse
Claus
Santa
here.
That's right, bro. That's our boy.
Well, in other news, this is it's a sad day, gentlemen. Sad day. So on December 2nd of 2024, it represents a day in my life that I personally am a little saddened by. I can't think of a better word to use other than just sad.
You look distraught.
It has marked the end of an era, a beautiful journey, rocky journey at times.
Oh, I know where this is going, I think.
But the finale of Superman and Lois finally aired, marking the end of the CW DC shows.
That was still going on?
Feel about that?
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm glad you said it. Because I too was like, I can't believe that's still happening.
This was the thing that started with Arrow, right? Or was there something before Arrow?
Well, technically Smallville, yeah. Smallville really kicked it off, but the Arrowverse kind of came over after that when Arrow kicked off that part of the show.
I watched quite a few seasons of Arrow. I'd have to Google to see when I dipped out, but I definitely dipped out. But I did watch quite a few of that. I watched the first season of The Flash. Maybe I watched 2 seasons of The Flash, but I did like those 2 shows. But when the one that tried to bring them all together, when all that started happening, I was out.
Well, do you mean so they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths when they blew everything up. But previously they, earlier than that though, they had a lot of crossover events. Originally it was just the Arrow and the Flash crossover, and then they had the Supergirl, Arrow, and Flash crossover. And then
there was that show with
DC
a
Legends.
team.
Yeah, the Legends of Tomorrow kind of got introduced, and that's when it kind of got a little crazier, I guess. But I don't know. I was never a Legends fan. I never really got into that show particular. But I don't know. Flash and Arrow, no matter how much criticism people throw at those shows, they're top 3 for me.
Oh, Arrow season 2, I will die on the hill. That is one of the best superhero seasons of any superhero show you can watch. Arrow season 2 specifically. I'll die on that hill. I did enjoy Arrow. I just got to a point where I wasn't enjoying it anymore, and I was gone. The Flash, I probably would have watched more, but when it came back, I think I was on a superhero burnout. So I've only seen the 2 seasons of The Flash. If that show's good beyond that, someone let me know. Maybe I'll check it out.
Arrow, I was a big fan of when it was first dropping. Actually, Robert, I think we were watching it at the same time, and we would discuss episodes at times.
I remember this.
And I also remember because the lead actor of Arrow was an absolute beast. And just remember when you would when you could find his workouts on YouTube, and this dude was the Green Arrow in real life.
Crazy, man.
This dude's workout regiment was this insane. He would do these obstacle courses that were basically Ninja Warrior on steroids stuff. He was trying to be a superhero for real. And I really did enjoy the Green Arrow, so much so that I remember, when we named my son Oliver, we were walking through Toys R Us, and at that time we were still debating between these two names, but Oliver was not one of them. We're walking through Toys R Us when it still existed, RIP, and there was a Green Arrow figurine sitting there, and I go, "What about Oliver?" I was like, "That's a cool name," and it's Green Arrow. I was like, "How much cooler can that be?" And Maggie's like, "That's it. That's the name." So technically, and his middle name's Grayson. So you got Oliver after Green Arrow, Grayson after Nightwing or Robin, whatever you want to do. And there you go. So Oliver's a DC guy. But yeah, Green Arrow represent. I love that show.
Yeah. I remember the Green Arrow season when he fought, was it Deathstroke? Was that season 2, the one I really liked? That whole season is phenomenal.
Yeah. It's good.
Incredible.
I feel like that there's a couple so DC, I feel like Green Arrow to me, and I think Flash was good too, but I feel like Green Arrow is the DC Daredevil for me. Like how I look at Daredevil as of the Marvel shows, it's like the pinnacle Marvel show. I feel like Green Arrow for me is the pinnacle of what DC has done from a show perspective. And you could argue with me about that for Flash and stuff, and I'd probably be okay with it because I think Flash was good too. But Arrow, I just thought I don't know, it was really good. It was gritty, had a gritty to it.
I know it's not part of the Arrowverse, but would you put it up there, Arrow against the Penguin show? I know you said you enjoyed that.
Okay, I'm gonna be 100% real. That Penguin show is the best comic book show to come out in years since Daredevil. Yeah. And even then I put it up against Daredevil as very much as good.
I need to get on this, man. That's high praise.
Because that Penguin show is legit. It's so good. It's a mix between like comic, because it's not really comic-y in this. You don't have Batman. You don't have all this stuff. They talk about Batman. He's a character that you never see, but it's a really sick mafia show, to be honest, with like the Penguin. I don't know. It's really good. So yeah.
Dude, Justin, have you seen, this is kind of off topic, but have you guys seen Tulsa King?
Tulsa King.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. Okay. It's with Sylvester Stallone. So he's like this mob boss that ends up like going down for like a deal gone wrong, and he goes down for it, and he like doesn't want to snitch on nobody basically. And so he ends up having to go to jail for like 25 years, and then he finally gets out, and they pretty much replaced him and the family and banished him to Oklahoma, and then he just like builds his own army up in Oklahoma and takes over. It's actually a really good show if you like Sylvester Stallone.
I mean, phenomenal. He was Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky, bro.
Rocky, bro. Rocky, bro. No, that is crazy though, because I mean, there was a time where the CW DC shows were like popping off. You know, they were the best thing DC was doing there for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Other than Batman movies, let me take that back, because Batman movies have stayed fairly consistent once you got past Val Kilmer, I think.
The one that followed that was George Clooney.
Okay, then you got George Clooney. Sorry. Let me rephrase. After George Clooney. George Clooney didn't do much better, bro. They were reaching. They were like, we got to find something.
You can hate on George Clooney all you want to. And I do agree, in my adult years, I've matured and realized, that movie is pretty bad. But when I was a kid, I used to love Batman and Robin. It was a great movie.
You know what? I can't even say what I was going to say. Yeah, dude. Sure.
You know, one thing also, just to circle back real quick, I know we're not a TV show podcast, but I want to circle back to this Penguin thing one more time. That the Batman movie, the most recent Batman movie with our vampire bro in it, that was one of the better Batman movies I've seen in a long time. It was so good. This Penguin show is a direct connection to that. Yeah. So it's like in the same space. Mm-hmm. So if you liked that movie, I feel like Penguin's like a no-brainer, bro. You got to go watch it.
Oh yeah.
It's that. And and Batman's easy to do with this stuff too, because it's like just normal people doing crazy stuff, where the rest of DC characters are so OP that to me, it's hard to make good DC movies, because Superman's just like Superman. He can do whatever unless you have like pink kryptonite and stuff like that to like, do different. It's like it's just all sorts of different things with him. But yeah,
there's a proton cannon on a previous previous episode of Optic Blast broadcast, which is on a current hiatus. We will be back here soon with more content. Look out for that.
Nice shout out, bro. Well, cool stuff, Dylan. Good stuff.
Yeah. CW shows, if you haven't watched them, go watch them. They'll change your life.
There it is.
You heard it here first.
That was the endorsement from Dylan. Yeah.
Don't listen to Robert saying he dipped out. No, don't. Stay all the way. Commit.
Hey, the Flash season 1 and 2 is good. Yeah.
I love it. I do.
He's like every season.
Nobody. How many people tell me it's all bad or it got bad at some point? I don't care. I stayed dedicated. I watched every single time a new season dropped. I started from season 1 and watched it all the way through.
There you go.
I respect it, dude.
All right, we're going to go into some book happenings. If you kept up with us for the last month, we take this time to just talk through bookish things that interest us and we believe might interest you. And so today we're going to start off with a book review, Bird Box. Robert, take it away.
Dude, so earlier this year, the three of us covered Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman, and I actually really enjoyed that novel. I enjoyed it enough that I wanted to seek out his other works, and I found out he wrote Bird Box, which I only previously knew from like Netflix memes of like Sandra Bullock in the boat like this with their kids all blindfolded, and I never watched the movie, had no idea what the concept was, so I went to the novel blind. And wow, I mean, dude, it blew me away. The premise, the pacing, the twist. This one was right up my alley. I actually think you, Justin, would enjoy it. You would probably enjoy it as well, Dylan. I try to keep all these reviews spoiler free. And I really feel like if you can go into Bird Box as blind as possible, like I did, you will have an amazing experience. So check it out. If you watch the movie, I still haven't checked the movie out. I think the novel could be worth your time just because the way, just I don't want to spoil anything. I'm recommending this off the premise. It's survival in a world where you have to rely on your other senses because something's out there. And if you look at it, it drives you crazy and makes you like just, start killing yourself and everyone around you. It's wild. And if you've read any other my other reviews or heard me talk about books, I'm a sucker for dual timelines. This novel has like the past of her living with her friends and then the present with her and the kids. And something goes wrong. So while you're reading, there's this underlying, like, what happens to this core group of people? I love that stuff. And then this book kept me guessing until the very end. I had no idea where the story was going to go the entire time I read it in a very entertainable way. Highly, highly recommend it. One piece of criticism. I waited like a few days after I read this because I knocked this out in like 2 days. And then I kind of sat with my thoughts before I wrote anything down. My major criticism is a huge spoiler. So if you read the book, get at me. I'm giving it 5 out of 5, baby. Check out Bird Box with Josh Malerman.
Well, I think that I would be a perfect candidate to read this considering I haven't watched the movie. Have no idea even what the movie is about. I do remember you mentioned Sandra Bullock. Because when you even talked about doing this, I never even connected. I forgot that this was a movie until you just literally said that. And then all this started flooding back because I remember seeing trailers with Sandra Bullock blindfolded and different things like that. So, okay. Well, that's really, really cool. I'll definitely check that one out based on your recommendation.
I think someone from our Discord recommended it to me. I can't remember who, so I'm sorry, but fantastic book. Thanks for the rec.
Awesome. All right, so today I wanted to bring something here. This is a book happening. This is a little out of our normal realm, but I went on vacation this past week. And what I like to do for my kids and family is I usually make like some sort of bag for everybody that's like a survival for the road trip bag. So it's like books, coloring books, that kind of stuff. I bought this for Maggie, thinking this will be cool. This looks fun. She likes doing crossword puzzles and different things like that. Had no idea what we were going to be getting into. but it's this. It's called Murdle. Murdle. And if you go to Target or whatever, you probably see Murdle all over the place. It's apparently wildly popular. Well, I went and bought this, very similar to what Robert was just saying about Bird Box. Bought this thing blind, had no clue what I was getting into, no idea what this was. But you follow this dude named Logico, and you start his freshman year of going to the School of Mystery. And what it does is it gives you all the cases that he solves, and you have to take the clues and you solve each of the cases that Logico solves. There's things like maps. So you get the map of the school that comes into play. You'll see where someone got murdered, and you have to connect where all the suspects might be and base it like on all that. There are the suspect readings, and you read about like different descriptions of the person, how the person was killed, where the suspects were, what weapons they may have had. And then you take it and you take the puzzles and you put down who you think would do, and the answers are on the back. And the cool thing about this is legitimate. It gets harder and harder as you go. It starts off and you're like, I got this. This is pretty easy, right? But there's like little things in here. Like there's even if you go to the back, there's an index for the college courses that somebody might have taken. And so it'll say like suspect Chancellor Oak was in the room where, MSC 244 class would have been taken. And so then you have to go and flip through and you look at the index. Where was that taken? What is that class? What does it consist of? All these things help you solve each one of these crimes. And you give yourself stars. There's quizzes in the back. There's a lot to this. Highly recommend this. This is a whole lot of fun. It's a fun way to pass some time. Me and Maggie, every night we would lay down. Dude, we were so old on this trip. No joke. We would lay down and we would fall these together. And bro, there were times where we were reading so much into these that it was crazy, and things were right in front of but even the names of stuff like the weapons, a beautiful school scarf, a stuffed penguin, a heavy tome, all of this stuff is just very lighthearted and fun, and it's meant to be fun and not meant to be taken super serious, but it's also pretty challenging at times too. So highly recommend Murdle. Check it out. You can get these for very, very cheap, either Target, Amazon, wherever you go to buy your book things. A whole lot of fun, cool way to spend time with even another person, or even just do this on your own. Go check out Murdle.
So as you sold me on this right off the rip, I went and looked into it. You can actually go to Myrtle's website and do a daily mini Myrtle every day. And Myrtle popped up in 2022. The author, Greg Carber, was a mystery enthusiast, and he started Myrtle as a web-based daily murder mystery game modeled after the Wordle format, which I still play nice. Wordle today. So that's pretty wild. And in May of this year, Myrtle received the British Book Award for overall book of the year. So, dude.
I mean, and the crazy thing is, dude, I had no idea what this was. And they don't have it. There's 4 of them. So there's this one, and I don't know what this one is in the timeline. I just bought this. But there's like a part 1, 2, and 3. So I'm guessing you kind of go through his career of the Logico. I'm not sure about that, but I just know that's what you follow in this. So I'm assuming maybe you follow that. But there's a whole lot to this. I would love to read through one of these with you, but I feel like it would take a while to do that. But I mean, just know this gives Nerdy Read stamp of approval. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5. Must try. What an amazing Christmas gift for people too. Like a fun Christmas gift to give to people. Highly recommend that.
Better than a candle.
Better than a candle. Don't give me no candles. Don't do it. Don't do it. Or if you're still wondering what to get your bookish friends, or maybe you're wondering what in the world can I ask my loved ones for this Christmas? Well, we hope that we can help you today, because we are going to go through the strategists' best gifts for bookworms that aren't books. Okay, are you guys ready to do this? We did something very similar to this not too long ago.
I saw a cardigan. I'm already sold.
I mean, where is that? There is a cardigan there. There you go. And so this is a best gifts for books. We're going to go through this, and I don't know if we'll go through all of them because there is quite a bit here. We may do some skimming here in a little bit, but we'll kind of go through and we'll tell you whether or not we think you should buy this for your loved ones. First ones here are gifts for nocturnal readers. We got some lights. We got the Hygge booklight. Right there.
Legit.
I mean, it's a Hygge. I don't even know what it is.
Amber hue.
You like warm light.
For you analog book lovers, dude, if you don't have a book light, I don't know why. This Huga, it looks like it just clips onto the pages.
Huga.
And
it's $13.
Fun to say.
What's about that gritting though?
I mean, this gritting, and you go down, it's $1 more, bro. And
LED rechargeable.
Dude, you gotta have that rechargeable light. Okay. Well, right now, Gritton's winning right now. Lumina book lamp. I don't even know what this is.
It's $225. Next.
That literally looks like a book with a lamp in it.
Looks like it closes and you can open it to be a lamp, which makes it a little cooler. I don't know if it's $225 cool, but it's cool.
There's not a lot that's $225 cool that doesn't do like a lot more things than create light. So there you go. Don't buy that for us. Okay. Next, we have the seeded glass carafe. Thank you, brother.
Gotcha.
Bedside Carfe.
Your bedside. There you go. More light. Okay, let's move it on. We've seen enough lamps. Lamps is a good choice for your reading friends. We know that. Maybe not the $200 one, but we'll go with the rest. Apple AirPods, gift for reading more comfortably. Now, we've talked about this before. We aren't really necessarily music as we read people. Unless it's just like very drony, but I mean, AirPods are great
for audio.
Don't forget about our audio books, people. If y'all want to get me this for Christmas, go ahead.
You want the AirPods, bro?
Yeah, I'll take some AirPods. I lost one of my other ones.
Ask Olivia. $170. You got the Sony WH wireless headphones, 348 bones. That's not bad. I'm just kidding. Get the AirPods. All right, here we go. Next up, this is very book adjacent. So it's a Kindle Paperwhite. I don't know what else you do with a Kindle other than read books. So this feels like a cheat for what this list is supposed to be, which is non-books, but this is very bookish. Schoolhouse Pendleton wool blanket.
Look, man, I got a lot of comfy blankets that I cover up with when I read, and not one of them costs $350.
You ain't wrong, bro. If you spend $350 on a blanket for me, just know I don't appreciate it enough for you to spend that kind of money. I'll probably like it, but you could.
I appreciate
you
all
get away
gifts,
with. You can get away a lot cheaper, and I'll like it just as much. Is what I'm trying to say. All right, here we go. Keep it moving.
I bet that thing feels nice though. It's genuine wool. All right.
Dylan's like, it would feel nice on his skin. Look at him, bro. Dylan's getting real weird.
Dude, it's my dream. Honestly though, it's my dream to have like a legitimate fur blanket.
Oh, okay. Dude, I wasn't sure where you were
I wasn't
going
going in a weird space with that.
It felt like you were.
A legit
it was still weird, bro.
Oh, sorry.
We got a Duffield pillow. Or throw. Sorry, man. Wow,
I know you love Star Wars, but you want a straight up tauntaun when you lay down at night. But
yeah.
$98 for a throw. I don't know. A reading pillow, $50.
I mean, what?
I could use one of those.
Let's see, Justin. You're a father of a baby at this current moment. What's this little pillow? What's the little pillow called?
Yeah, I don't know, but Maggie has one of these that she wraps around her. She does it. Yeah,
those are amazing. I use Veronica's little pillow from when we used to have babies, and now they're fully almost formed humans, and I just put it behind my head when I'm reading.
Yeah, fantastic. Bro. You need a pillow to read. So yeah, dude, this looks nice. $50. That's not bad. There you go. Bookstagrammer and therapist Whale Oakley's Instagram. They recommend this. There you go. The book seat.
What is this?
And it says for propping up books while you read. There's a book seat, a reading pillow designed to help you read hand-free.
You can probably find one on Amazon a little cheaper than that.
That's a pretty cool. I didn't know anything like this existed.
So it's a pillow to rest your book warm. Here's my only thing with this is, when you get those nice new crisp books, it's really hard to keep them open anyway. You can't just lay it open. Most of the time they just close or the page flips unintentionally. I don't know if I'd want to spend $41 on this hassle. All right.
And I try not to crease the spines of a physical book. Yeah, I'm that freak.
Dude, this IKEA armchair they're trying to sell us right now looks like the most uncomfortable thing. I'm not sitting there for long periods of time to read.
It's the most IKEA piece of IKEA furniture I've ever seen.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it looks fine for my office, but if I'm wanting to sit down and read, that's not for me.
It looks like something I crafted Animal Crossing to get a villager to come to my island and then immediately throw in the trash.
Exactly. Now this camel brown velvet lounge chair, on the other hand, I can get down with this. The back's not high enough, but I think I could make do. For $1,000, bro, it better be like sitting on the cloud. You know what I mean?
I know. $1,000.
This list, bro. These people, they're assuming we all got money.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the expensive book gift.
Yeah, they're balling. We're balling on a budget. So
that's right. That's right. Books are bananas print.
Huh?
Bookish print that's design forward too. Guys,
Is this art? Is this an $85 piece of art that I hang up? I can print,
bro. We can make this, dude. We can make the books are bananas print. Dude.
Honestly, why don't we just do that? Why don't we just make books are apples and print that?
You know what, Dylan? I like where you're going. We can even have pineapple.
Instead of $85, we'll sell for $8.50.
Bro. I mean, the market's starting us at 85. We can take this down to 50. You know, a little bit.
I was thinking 70.
Oh well, there you go. Dylan knows what he's doing. All right, let's keep it moving. Now, this right here looks like a cool gift. An author clock. It's small. This clock uses book quotes to tell time. There are thousands of quotes, so it doesn't get too repetitive, and new ones are added daily. This is cool.
I love this. Yeah,
it's $199, but it's one of those things. So I like to give gifts to people that I don't think they'll buy for themselves. Because I think those are fun. Because I like to receive gifts like that, you know. Because like there are things we're going to buy ourselves. And then there's things that we wouldn't, but we still kind of want. This is one of those things. This is pretty dope.
So Justin's telling you, Maggie, he wants an author clock small for Christmas.
That's right. There you go. I mean,
typically the small.
That really does say author clock small. This is the coolest thing we've seen so far. As far as like that cool factor, this is pretty dope. Next up, we got the Ember temperature control ceramic mug for $130. I don't think you should ever pay more than, I don't know, $20 for something you're going to drink out of.
Wow. My wife saw these mugs at Best Buy over the weekend and her eyes lit up. There's this little twinkle.
Like, yeah. Hey, look, Veronica, do your thing. You know,
is she a picky coffee and tea drinker?
She will never spend this money on a mug. Let's get that right. But she had a twinkle in her eyes. It's that Justin thing. It's something she wants, but she'd never buy for herself.
Yeah. So it's cool. Yeah, there you go. Robert, you know what to get her. I mean, this is cool. Like, don't get it twisted. This is awesome. Is it $130 awesome? That's where I kind of draw. I don't know.
I drink my coffee too fast. It's a non-issue.
There you go. Here we go. This is more my speed. The Bandu what? I don't know. It's a book person mug. It's $15. Bandu hot stuff ceramic mug. There you go. It's a mug,
and it's $15. And just says book person.
There it is. I mean, that's it. If I have to spend money on one of the two, this is the one.
All right, here we go. A very good deal, apparently.
This is a very good deal. The Himimi Store Bamboo laptop desk.
Interesting.
Don't get me this.
Well, we have like a bamboo tray that Veronica can put a book or a Kindle on for when she's in the bath, and she does love that thing.
I feel too constricted if I have something like this on my lap, bro.
I understand.
You know, I don't like this. All right, keep it moving. Okay. We got a scented book. And if you can't tell by my name, I don't want this.
Bro,
want the Pride and Prejudice candle?
Heck no, bro.
The scented book candle reminds me of when we were at the Renaissance Fair and we had a moment where we were having each other's smell.
Dude, bro, tell the story.
We were at they had like, nerd themed candles. I think one was Mount Doom, and I opened it up and I was like, Justin, smell this. And he opens one. He's like, dude, smell this one. I'm like, what are we doing? We got to get out of here.
It was the weirdest thing we've ever been a part of. So there you go. Let's keep it moving. We all know we don't. First off, look at this, a fragrance 8.5 ounce candle for 100 bones.
Hey, your bookworm can set the mood with this statusy candle that nails the smell of books.
Has a mellow sweetness and a slight beautiful mustiness. First off, dude, I don't like anything musty.
You know what else
And
nails
if I
the
spend
smell of
$9
books?
a book.
Going to the library, and that's free, baby.
That's right, dude. You can just open one of these up and just go like that. You're good to go, bro. I don't need to spend $99 on a candle. Let's keep it moving. Conceal the wall shelf. I like these.
I love these. Yeah, I actually have some of these.
3 for $30. I think this stuff is cool. It's decorative. It looks nice. You could put like books that you like are collecting on something like this. I think this is a cool gift for somebody. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, just make sure you don't have a cat and you put a bunch of Legos on one and your cat jumps up there and you see all your Legos. Good stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like you're speaking from experience. Yeah, I know, right?
It's a very specific story.
This next gift's for Dylan. Article Fan Tool Bookcase Slim for $500. This looks like a planter. I don't even know, dude. This is crazy how much this is.
$500 is actually crazy.
I mean, it's unhinged.
I can get the one that matches my desk at Staples that looks almost exactly the same for a third of the price.
There you go. All right, we're going to skip a couple of these. Let's see what we got. We got some bookends here. Okay. This looks like kids' toys.
Kinder Core color scheme. I love this. I love this bookmark.
There it is. Crazy. That's crazy.
Well,
bro.
Go ahead and link me this article. I got to get that bookmark.
Dude, hey, bro, it's $4.
That's a $4.
That's a stocking stuffer right there. Yeah. I love that they call it this cheeky bookmark. There you go. There it is. Book darts, line markers. I don't even know what that is. Oh, here we go. We got more. I mean, this is all good stuff. Gifts. I mean, I think that's about it. We'll skip down. Let's see what they have at the very bottom before we. Here you go. Right. The cardigans. Oh,
165.
Look at this.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Look at this.
That's me right there.
That's like a Snuggie. Let's go buy you can buy a Snuggie for way less.
Those are some expensive cardies right there. I'm from the Old Navy camp, baby.
There you go. Long sleeve T-shirt right there for $25.
Give me that.
I like socks that are weird. This is cool.
I like that Richard Scary socks. Those were dope. Oh.
Safe for work, but go ahead and skip this little section there. Beanboat tote. I mean, there's some cool stuff. So, guys, that's it for us. But we'll link this article in our Discord. We may even share this on our socials so that way you could take a look. There is some stuff that's worth looking at on this. There's some cool, fun things on here, and we skipped a whole lot too because we realized that we could probably be in this list for the next 30 minutes talking through those type of things. So we'll link that so you can check that out. Hopefully you can find the perfect gift for your book friend or the perfect gift to ask for yourself. So Robert, you know what time it is?
Man, it's time for What's Hot. We here at the Nerdy Reads Podcast can't read everything. That's why we bring you something popular from around the book world. And this week it is Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. Author Grady Green is having the worst best day of his life. Grady calls his wife to share some exciting news when he hears Abby slam on the brakes, get out of the car, then nothing. He finds her car by a cliff with the headlights on, driver door open, and the phone in the front seat, but Abby's vanished. A year later, overcome with grief, Grady travels to a tiny Scottish island to try and get his life back on track when he sees the impossible. A woman who looks exactly like his missing wife. This one's tagged thriller and mystery, sitting at 4.13 on Goodreads. You can nab this one early and a sweet hat that says Book Person if you sign up for Book of the Month Club this month. This would easily be my December pick out of the ones available. If you don't have Book of the Month and this book sounds interesting to you, it drops early January.
Heck yeah. You know, I was kind of looking at this one as a potential for my book of the month that I have coming up. So
dude, the premise actually did, it grabbed me, but I have a bonus What's Hot, dude. Oh. I have a second What's Hot. For the first time in Nerdy Reads podcast history, we have 2 books to highlight this week. Discord user That One House Elf brought to my attention that Zoe Stage published a children's novel, My Underslumber Bumblebeast, which was depicted in her novel Baby Teeth, which I reviewed on a past episode of this show and did a buddy read with Introvertly Bookish. And we had I believe that one house elf read it in a weekend too and joined in on the conversation. I think it's rad that the author had an idea from a small plot point in her book of one of her other novels and then fleshed the thing out and had it fully illustrated and wrote a kid's book. So I wanted to highlight that, and I want to shout out that one house elf for the rec. I appreciate you. And coming up next on the Nerdy Reads podcast, we're making Little Debbie milkshakes. That's right. We've talked food crimes in our Discord. We posted these recipes back and forth, and we're going to do it. It's Christmas. I'm going to buy the Christmas donuts. I hope these two, and we're going to actually have a very special guest with us next week trying these milkshakes. And then in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have our end of the year awards show. And what's our book of the year, favorite New Stuff Cafe item? What was Dylan's best advice of the year? You'll have to tune in to find out.
That's right. Can't wait for that. And again, we really do appreciate you guys. We know this is the busiest time of year for so many people. You're running around, you're getting gifts. Some of you guys are working more than normal right now. There's just a lot of things. And so for you to take just a little bit of time to hang out with us and listen to us talk about nerdy stuff is it means a lot to us. So we really do appreciate that. We're going to close this episode up. We talked about some gifts that you could give to people that you love or gifts that you can ask for from somebody. We also talked about some nerdy news. We had a sighting of the week where maybe we'll have Santa for the rest of this month. I don't know. Dylan's in charge of all that. Maybe we'll have Christmas sightings for the rest of the year. I don't know. But we're getting ready to end 2024 on the Nerdy Reads podcast. So again, we appreciate all that you do. We have a lot of things coming up. Robert mentioned some of those, but Robert, where can they find us at?
You can find us over on Facebook, Instagram, Goodreads, YouTube at the Nerdy Reads podcast. Like and subscribe. And also be sure to check back later for our very first episode of Dungeon Runner Carl, which will be its own separate video on our YouTube.
Heck yeah. Loving that book so far. So if you haven't yet and you don't check out that episode, I encourage you to at least look into this book. Okay. So far, loving it. And you guys know we cannot, should not, will not ever end an episode of the Nerdy Reads podcast without some advice from our very own sweet baby Dylan. Hit us, brother.
Listen. It's been fun. It's been real. But it ain't been real fun.
Okay. I feel like
I've had a blast.
I was gonna say, I feel like advice from Dylan has turned into
the depression corner.
The depression corner. We haven't mentioned it yet, but we have a lot of things coming up too that are big things for us. And so stay tuned and check out what some of that stuff might be. But for now, you know we enjoy a good story. We believe that your story matters. So be good to each other. Stay nerdy, our friends. Say bye, everybody.